Okay, so Dead or Alive 6, the failing sinking ship of the Dead or Alive series, the game that is about to get finished, destroying the reputation of this game, is under fire again. And again, this time it's coming from the people that they're trying to cater after all the removal of the quote-unquote sexiness of the game. The SJW audience is still not satisfied. So this is why I told Shimbori, while you're trying to change the game, for us fans that have been supporting you, you're never going to satisfy the SJW audience. So the complaints come down from metro.co.uk. This is a website, an interview, a piece that came out, and it says Dead or Alive 6 sex violence. So here's the article. I just love that the announcement of Dead or Alive 6, which uses the promise to tone down the sexuality of the previous games while offering costume customization for the first time in its sales pitch. So they're complaining that you can customize the fighters, and I mean, I don't, what the hell, I don't get that. But again, they're complaining, even though Shimbori gutted the system, gutted the soft engine, removed every sexy outfit out of the game to cater to these individuals, and guess what? They're still not satisfied. So guess what, Shimbori, you idiot, you failed on both sides. This is why you stick with your fan base. This is why you stick with us, because we supported you, not these idiots, not someone with a feminist degree out of college trying to write fake articles for the gaming industry. But let's keep going. It is a game that involves men beating up girls, girls beating up girls, girls beating up men, and men beating up men. Of course, it's a fighting game. Do you see oh my god, do you see the logic of these morons? It's a fighting game. People are going to be fighting people regardless of the gender. So I guess we got to do a WWE style and not have any men fighting women and not have any, you get what I'm saying? Now we're going to have no mixed gender fights. There you go. That's what they want, I guess. Frequently, they are their own brother, sister, or daughter, often justified by the most ridiculous storylines. For instance, in several cases, they're being beaten up by a relative to prevent them from being beaten up by someone else. Bonkers. I don't get that. What the hell? Oh, these idiots, these SJW idiots. Judging by the trailers, they're even introducing fortuitous blood splatters on the camera lens. Again, this is something that even original fans did not like, but again, where they're trying to tone down the sexuality that we actually came to this franchise for, they're trying to become a fake pseudo Mortal Kombat, just, you know, not with the same violent ripping out of the spines and all that. They're just trying to rip off Mortal Kombat since they don't want to be sexy. Again, if you have to not release a English dub of this game and just make it easy for us to import the real version from over there, make it like that. If the Western audience is this idiotic, do not cater to them, you moron. Shimbori needs to be fired. That's all that really needs to be said in all this. But let's keep going. Yet the thing that they're emphasizing is a promise to tone down the sexuality. Conservative US hypocritical values seem to be ruling here, where depicting violence is apparently okay, but sexiness, or heaven forbid, nakedness, is beyond the pale and needs censoring. Equally bonkers. Claiming to be toning down the sexuality is just a sop up to those concerned about the justified criticisms of the Dead or Alive series thinly disguised sexism. Okay, now the series is sexism. Again, you're not going to satisfy these individuals. But sexuality and sexism are two completely different things. Unnecessarily addressing sexuality, reducing the skin on display, or whatever that actually means, does not address the sexism. It all seems so disingenuous when you see those trailers too. Do the makers actually know what Okay, yeah, here we go. Do the makers actually know that your average male teenager is going to do with the costume customization facility? Of course they do. Does anyone but the most naive really think that there is going to be the slightest nod towards political correctness in the costume selection for female characters? Once it is hacked, and it probably will be, you can be certain that there will be every sort of politically incorrect customization possible. I won't know whether to laugh, applaud, or despair, and that pretty much sums up my feeling about Dead or Alive franchise in general as well. Tone down enough to alienate your whales, but not enough to keep the media off your back. This is why you stick to your guns. So that reads the article from Metro. But again, this pretty much says everything. You are not going to satisfy SJWs. You are going to make every female character in this game a plain Jane with no sexuality just to satisfy some crazy feminist who has inadequacy issues. I don't care. This is honestly real talk. This is what makes people hate females in gaming. This is what makes people hate female gamers. This is exactly it, because we can't just enjoy the content that was made for us in the first place. Every rule has to be changed to capitulate to someone that is not even a target demographic. But we can keep the hot sweaty men, we can keep the big muscled up hot sweaty men, but oh, every female, she's got to have her cleavage covered up, she has to have her legs covered because we don't want anyone feeling bad. Oh, and look at this game, Dead or Alive 6 had the audacity. They have the audacity to have DLC already announced. Now I know what people are gonna say. That's the gaming industry in 2019. What are you talking about? You know Dead or Alive is under so much fire that they shouldn't even be talking about DLC. They need to be kissing their consumers' ass, the consumers that they have left. Because again, the Dead or Alive community is shunning this game. They're not looking at it. They're flaming it on social media. They're trash talking it on YouTube. They're tired of Yohei Shimbori. We want him out of this franchise. He cannot do his job. He cannot stand his ground, and he needs to be removed immediately, because you're not going to satisfy SJWs till you have, like, I don't know, maybe you can have the female equivalent, multiracial equivalent of Bob. Like, you gotta have a big feminist chick in the game, and that still won't satisfy anyone unless you have all the females look like the female version of Bob and be of each ethnicity in the world. That is the only way you're gonna satisfy the SJW feminist audience in 2019, and nobody wants to see that. Yohei Shimbori, give up your position. Give up your position. You are no longer adequate to serve as the director and developer of Dead or Alive series. This game is just a piece of trash now. They've been trying to halfway lie to people. No one cares about the character customization because, again, as you've seen, even in the DLC image, they've added little censorship pieces, sort of like similar to the Xenoverse series. However, it's understandable because Xenoverse is actually marketed to a wider age range. But in Xenoverse, they add censorship bits to the female clothing. So here in Dead or Alive 6, they add, like, oh, look, here's a fishnet skirt on Hitomi's outfit. They added this fishnet because bare legs are just terrible. They actually modified the shirt that she's wearing to show less cleavage. But you got this big sweaty dude over here looking like, that's not sweat, that's just oil. But they can maintain the guys looking like eye candy for any female players, but the females have to be body shamed and covered up, and males can't enjoy their sexuality that they come for to the game. Again, this is just why Dead or Alive 6 is a failure. It will continue being a failure. No one is interested in this piece of trash. I'm tired of the politics, and it just seems like everything entertainment based is being ruined with politics. We come to entertainment to get away from politics, especially gaming. So to see Dead or Alive series amidst all this controversy, they need to take the stance of Japan, just say we don't care, be glad that we even dubbed this game, and just ignore the SJW audience. We don't give a crap about Evo. Quit talking about esports and Evo Yohei Shimbori, because your fan base is not coming to play this game. No eyes will be on this product. Shut the hell up about esports and give us what we want.